So perimenopausal phase, if we look at it, it's most of the symptoms are related to excessive pitta, and pitta imbalance usually manifests as a change in fire element. An impact of fire element is usually heat, sweating quite easily, sensitivity in the skin, headaches. It can cause weight gain because our body's metabolic system always understands that there is excess heat and higher metabolism, so that needs to be lowered. But that's sort of like a misunderstanding due to the imbalance. So who is at higher risk of having most of the symptoms? I've seen a lot of people who say that it went like a breeze and I didn't even realize, and it's perfectly fine during this phase. And the perimenopausal phase will become really difficult for somebody who is already having pitta imbalance. And pitta is causing almost heat related symptoms or skin sensitivity or factors related to say digestion or acidity, headaches, or other signs of inflammation. All of that is mostly concerned with pitta. Then you are at a higher risk of having most of these symptoms in slightly high intensity. So it's very important to notice that based on your nature, whether you are at higher risk, then how you can take certain precautions. For example, pitta is always aggravated by having food that is quite acidic in nature. And it can include alcohol, it can include coffee, unfortunately all the tasty things like chocolate or certain grains like corn or wheat. These all are considered to be quite acidic. So you will have to look at changing your diet into more sort of cooling, lots of fruits and vegetables, lots of good hydration. Try and include cooling ingredients into your diet. Like cooling doesn't mean like temperature wise cold. It can be even herbal teas, like warm teas, but it's still made of say cooling aspects like cooling spices like fennel and coriander. You can also use licorice as a tea. These are all quite cooling. Specifically remedy wise, the focus is on reducing pitta depending on how severe is the symptom, whether it has gone into deeper symptoms or is disturbing regular lifestyle. Then there will be sort of cleansing treatments recommended. Otherwise, it's mostly including these cooling things, and cooling can also be achieved through diet by including coconutty products, coconut as a whole, coconut water, coconut oil. All of these are considered to be quite cooling, and that can re-normalize the metabolic system. Another factor which we spoke about during speaking about acne is aloe vera. It's also quite good and quite cooling in nature. You could use it as a aloe vera juice, but most of them unfortunately contains preservatives and all range of different flavoring and chemicals, etc. So it might be good idea to get like a good organic dehydrated aloe powder, which contains nothing other than just aloe, and rehydrate it using a little bit of hot water, add it to smoothies or juices, and try and include that regularly. It can be quite bitter and might have a mild laxative effect, but if it's not bothering too much and not creating any trouble, it can be safely taken to counteract some of the symptoms related to pitta imbalance. There are specific herbs that are recommended during this stage, especially in Ayurveda. Most commonly, we prescribe a herb called Shatavari. Shatavari is Asparagus racemosus. Nowadays, it's available as capsules and extracts and mixed with different things in even regular pharmacy. But I would suggest sticking on to a less acidic and cooling kind of a diet primarily, and then taking supplements or specific herbs if required, with the guidance of somebody who can sort of assess the requirement and also see what's the benefit of it. So try and see that it's not actually just too sort of symptom based. Then the body's ability to naturally create that feedback loop is also affected.